What's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 1996 Toyota Comfort. Up front is a 2.4-liter turbo diesel inline 4, and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Toyota Comfort because I had no idea what a Toyota Comfort even was. This car is basically a shortened Toyota Crown, purpose-built for car services. So this wasn't a vehicle that was sold just to the general public. It was sold to like taxi cab companies, or what this car originally was a student driver car. And so yes, it does in fact have a passenger side brake, which is so freaking cool. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And huge thank you to Nomad Imports here in Flint, Michigan, for letting me take out this Toyota Comfort. We'll talk more about them at the end of the video, but please go browse their inventory with the link down in the description below. But let's get back to that 2.4-liter diesel under the hood. It is a very stout, very reliable engine, and it gets wonderful fuel economy. The owner, Mason, says he gets about 30 to 40 miles to the gallon. And honestly, it's very, very peppy. It's not as sluggish as I thought it was going to be, and it just has that torque. Rolling now in 5th gear. Yes, it's going forward. I like that feeling a lot. It's actually kind of fun to drive. Now, like I said, paired to it is a 5-speed manual. The owner has put a short throw shifter into it, so it is very notchy and very clicky. However, that's not how it would have came from the factory. Last but not least, the Toyota Comfort is rear-wheel drive, and this particular one has a limited slip differential. So you might be looking at the front saying, why does it have rally lights? Well, the owner uses it for rallying, and that rear limited slip really comes into play. How does it feel to drive the Toyota Comfort? It's pretty much like most other Toyotas in their lineup. The diesel is different and special, but beyond that, it's pretty simple. Visibility's good, steering's good. The ride is a little bit harsh, but again, this was a fleet vehicle offered for businesses and schools, so I don't think ride comfort was at the top of their list, and why should it be? Yeah, baby! Woo! With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in a very Toyota way, I have 4 gauges in front of me, all very easy to read. Fuel, speedometer, tachometer, coolant temperature, that's it. The steering wheel is also very plain and basic. You'd see this in like the Chaser, the Mark II, all of those sorts of vehicles. And off to the right, we have aftermarket fog light switches, factory fog light switches, factory power mirror switches, and moving on to the door, we just have the crank for the window. Moving into the center, 2 climate vents up here, as well as a clock and the rear defrost. Climate controls off to the right, where to send it up at the top, temperature and AC down below. But then off to the left, we have a speedometer in the center of the car. Now this is for the driving instructor to ride shotgun and monitor the student's speed without having to look all the way over to the actual speedometer. This is incredibly cool, and the only car I can think of that has a secondary speedometer in the center is the Ferrari 812 Superfast. Didn't think I'd be saying that in this video, but here I am. I also have my foot lamp and hazard switch button. And then we have an aftermarket tablet for the radio, because the stock radio, A, doesn't get American channels, but B, is horrendously outdated. Then we do get a little area in the center to put whatever you want. And the shifter, like I said, it does have a short throw that's been added on. I really like the throw of it, and it's just a very basic rubbery shifter that you would expect out of an economy vehicle. Then we do have the handbrake and center console, meaning we don't get any dedicated cup holders, not because of the era, but just because this was a livery car and they didn't really think of that. So it fails the big friggin' bottle test. Now, the seats are comfortable. They do have these really nice Japanese doily style seat covers, and I absolutely adore them. I love the look of this, very period correct. And I have to say, just overall, I just really enjoy the comfort level of this car for what it is. Again, this isn't a Bentley, it's not a Rolls Royce, Toyota Comfort, and that is interesting for me. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the Toyota Comfort, and like I've been saying the whole video, this was made as a utility can-do-all vehicle. They were sold as police cars, they were sold as driving instruction cars, they were sold as taxis, and so the seats back here definitely reflect that. Very, very basic, very simple. I don't get any amenities back here at all. I have cranks for the windows, a handle on either side to help get in and out, but that's pretty much it. And something interesting that I just learned is that each owner's manual for these vehicles was specific to what industry they were being sold into. So this has a driver's ed Toyota Comfort owner's manual. The police cars had police Toyota Comfort owner's manuals. Very, very interesting. You don't really see that here in modern fleet vehicles. That's just, this is what you get, and then you upfit it to whatever you want. Very, very cool. Anyway, I thought that was just interesting to share. Let's hop into the very back and talk about the trunk. All right, so we're on the back of the Toyota Comfort. Pop it like that. And we do have some necessities here, pull strap, because this is used for rallying, some cool stickers and whatnot, and of course an aftermarket sub. But that is actually the fuel tank, kind of interesting there. Pretty decent sized trunk. If you're gonna get luggage from the airport, you could toss it right back in here. And what you'll notice is that it has very thin edges, so it actually opens up a lot. It's very easy to get things in and out of, which I think is part of the design process when they made this, is that they built it for so many different applications that it needed to have a wide opening, and that is exactly what they gave it, which is very cool to see. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and this is what perplexed me the most. I'll be completely honest with you right now. I was not supposed to film this car today. I didn't have it on my schedule. I didn't know what it was. But when I pulled up, I thought it was a Lada. And then I got more and more interested. And Mason said, no, it's a Toyota Comfort. And I said, well, what the f is that? And so now he showed me exactly what it is. I love the rally lights. I do want to point out the wheels are actually SN95 Mustang wheels with the Mustang logo filled in with Bondo. Very, very cool, I think, in my opinion, to make a cool 3-spoke wheel that's very 90s. I like that a lot. However, with all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving a Toyota Comfort from 1996? Well, I think this car is incredibly interesting because it's an actual authentic look at fleet vehicles in Japan in the 1990s. It is so fun to drive Nissan Skylines and little K cars, turbos and whatnot, but this is what cars were actually like in that era. This is what the average person and what a lot of people probably learned how to drive on would drive. This is it. If you took your learner's test in Japan in 1996, or let's be honest, probably even after that, this is what you drove. And so it's really cool to have that authentic slice of Japanese culture here on the channel. This is real. This is true Japan. This isn't just some touristy BS. No, this is the brass tacks. And for that, I'm extremely thankful for this opportunity and for this experience. I have yet to go to Japan, although it is on my short list of places to visit. But until then, this is as close as I'll get to authentic Japanese motoring culture, and I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, huge thank you to Nomad Imports here in Michigan. They are absolutely awesome. This is the owner's personal vehicle, and so not only does he talk the talk when it comes to importation, but he also walks the walk. He has imported vehicles himself to keep. He's a car enthusiast, a car person, super down to earth. The whole team over at Nomad Imports has been awesome. I filmed 4 of their cars today, and they could not be more gracious. They couldn't be better to work with, and I just have to thank them so much. Please go check out their inventory in the description below. You will not regret it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.